Alright guys, so as I was going around inspecting the car after I pulled the bumper off, you notice that rust right there? Yeah, it's all the way through the frame. It's not super bad. I mean, it's 2 layers of metal here. So I might be able to get away with kind of cleaning that up. But looks pretty crappy. It's all flaking and stuff. You can see here, yeah, this is no good. I'm gonna try and remove this mount. These bolts are these screws are pretty rusted. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be successful or not. So I'm trying to remove this. Yeah, I guess, more rust repair, huh? So this is the driver's side and the screws are equally as rusted out. The passenger side was very difficult to remove and I damaged that side trying to remove it, but I figured out a way to remove these mounts without damaging them too much. I'm going to weld a screw onto the rusted screw and then I'm going to use some pliers and I should be able to twist the rusted screw out. Time to grind off some of the rust so I have some clean metal to weld onto. And there you go. Managed to remove it. A lot of work just to remove this thing, but welding a screw onto here, managed to melt it a little bit and get it out. Still usable. You can still put screws in here and it will still, as long as this back piece is still flat, still good. Now let's get to fixing that rust. First step is to make a template. I use some index cards to do that. Next, it's time to clean off some of that loose rust. Time for the wire brush. And to cut away at the bad metal on the edges. Now that I can see where the good metal is, it's time to finish up the index card template. All transferred to the sheet metal and cut out. All shaped with a hammer and some dollies. And the holes are drilled out too. Time to drill out those spot welds. And to cut off the metal that we're going to replace. Finally, I removed that piece of metal. I was trying to be real careful not to damage the metal behind it because that's part of the frame and I didn't want to have to cut that out and fix it. The metal behind wasn't too bad, just some surface rust. There wasn't any rust penetrating through yet. It's time for some more wire brushing. And of course, grind down those spot welds. Here I clamp down the replacement metal and refine the shape by using my body hammers. Now I'm going to add a couple coats of POR 15 to protect the metal before welding on the new metal on top. Now that the POR 15 has cured, I'm going to line up the new replacement piece and outline it. With the outline in place, it's time to clean off the paint to have a clean surface to weld onto. Now to line up the new piece and clamp it down. And now it's time to start welding. Time to grind down those welds. There we go, a nicely repaired bumper mount. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? The repair is not complete yet. I'm going to use some fiberglass body filler to fill in any holes left in the welds and to smooth it out. So there it is, guys. The bumper mount is all repaired and it's been all smoothed out as well. I've cleaned off all the dust, so it looks pretty good. All it needs is a coat of primer. But that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope this helps you guys out if you have to repair your bumper mounts and stuff. Hopefully you don't have to. But if you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe. And maybe share the video. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.